Our movie starts with a couple named C and M. They talk together and M tells C that she's been moving between houses for a long time. That's why she's gotten used to writing notes on small pieces of paper and hiding them in different places so that when she returns, she finds something waiting for her. She lets him know that she left the houses they were in because she was forced to due to the disturbance and strange noises in the houses. This is what's happening to them in the house they're currently in. So, M considers leaving this house too and starts looking for other houses to move into. Later on, she tries to move the piano to see if it's easy to move or not, so they can take it with them. But C tells her it's better for them to get a new one. After a while, M moves a couple of things from the house and then goes to sit with C. While they're both lying down, they suddenly hear the piano playing. They get up to see what's going on, but they don't find anything, which surprises them even more. The next day, we see C in his car being hit by another car just outside his house. As soon as M sees him, she quickly takes him to the hospital, but he dies. So she asks a nurse to sit with him for a minute to say goodbye. Then she covers him and leaves. The surprise is that C gets up from the bed with the blanket covering him and starts moving in the hospital, but nobody sees him. Then he leaves the hospital and keeps walking until he reaches his house, still walking while looking for M, and he sees their pictures together while he's sad and distressed. After a while, M arrives home depressed and starts preparing food and eating a lot. All this time, she doesn't feel C's ghost or sense his presence. Suddenly, she gets tired from all the food and then she goes to sleep, very sad and broken. At that moment, C is sitting next to her, comforting her, but she doesn't feel him. After a few days of depression, M changes her clothes and leaves the house. C feels lonely, so he goes to stand by the window and sees a ghost like him in the house across from him, and they manage to communicate with each other, but they don't understand who they are or what they're doing there. At night, M arrives home with a man, which greatly upsets C. He goes and drops the books on the floor, hoping she might feel his presence and understand from the written words that there might be a ghost in the house. However, she doesn't care and goes to change her clothes. At this moment, C remembers when M used to tell him she wanted to leave the house, but he would ignore her and listen to the music he loved. We switch to M, who is currently listening to the music her husband used to love while she lies on the floor, missing her husband dearly. The next day, she decides to gather her clothes and belongings from the house to move out. Before leaving, she writes a note on a small piece of paper and tucks it into a crevice in the wall, as she usually does when moving out of a house. Then she walks out of the house for good. Meanwhile, C is still in the house and tries to retrieve the note M left in the crevice, but he can't. He finds out that the new tenant have moved into the house, which makes him very upset. He tries to scare them away from the house and his plan succeeds as the family eventually leaves. He continues trying to retrieve the note from the crevice but still can't. He then tries to communicate with the ghost in the apartment across from him, but it doesn't help him in any way. Later on, new people move into the apartment and it becomes crowded, which annoys C. He starts playing with the lights to scare them and they indeed leave the house as well. The apartment turns into a dilapidated and haunted place, and in the moment when C touches the note left by M, he sees a crane coming to destroy his house and the neighboring one until they become rumble on the ground. He stands there and sees the other ghost standing beside him, but suddenly it disappears. After a while, C appears in a tall building and commits suicide at night, but he doesn't die because he's already a ghost. Days pass and he sees a girl writing on a piece of paper and hiding it under a stone, just like M used to do. He starts remembering his memories with M and her constant talk about wanting to leave the house. Then he recalls the moment they were together and suddenly heard the piano playing, realizing it was his ghost. He waits for M to leave the house and reads the note she left on the wall. As soon as he reads it, he completely disappears because the secret that bound him to the earth is now known. And that's it. If you like this recap, hit like, share, and subscribe to our channel to keep seeing content like this one. If you have any requests or thoughts, drop them below in the comments section and we will see you at the next one. Peace out!